The first time my father walked through my front door, he didn't compliment the sunlight pouring through the windows or the polished wood floors I'd spent months choosing. He went straight to counting rooms, opening doors like an inspector who had already made up his mind. "So much space for one person," he muttered, shaking his head. "5 bedrooms. You don't need all this." I already knew where the conversation was heading. When a parent looks at your hard-earned home and sees someone else living in it, the outcome is rarely pleasant. I bought that house at 32 after years of working double shifts, freelancing at night, and living in a cramped apartment that smelled like old paint and regret. Every corner of that place meant something to me. The small bedroom upstairs was my office. One room was reserved for guests. Another I planned to turn into a studio. It wasn't excess. It was a dream finally made solid. My father cleared his throat, adopting the voice he used when he wanted obedience disguised as concern. "Your sister needs this house more than you do." There it was. Leah. The sun around which our family had always revolved. "She's married," I said calmly. "And she already has a place." "A tiny place," he snapped. "And she's expecting again. You're alone. Be practical." Alone. That word had followed me for years, always used as a flaw rather than a fact. I stayed quiet while he continued, explaining how Leah deserved stability, how family made sacrifices, how I should be grateful to help. He spoke as though my sacrifices hadn't already been made in silence. When I finally spoke, my voice surprised even me. "Why don't you help her instead?" His eyes narrowed. "I've done enough for her. This is your responsibility as her brother." That was when something inside me shifted. A lifetime of swallowed words pushed their way up. "You've done enough?" I repeated. "You paid for her college, bought her first car, helped with her wedding. You never once helped me with rent." "That's different," he said sharply. "She needed it. And I didn't." Silence stretched between us, thick and uncomfortable. He looked away, irritated more than apologetic. That look reminded me of every school event he missed for me but never for her, every achievement of mine that earned a nod while hers earned applause. "I'm not giving her my house," I said. End of discussion. His face hardened. "You're being selfish." I laughed, short and humorless. "No. I'm finally being honest." He stood up, pacing the living room like a caged animal. "I raised you better than this." "Did you?" I asked quietly, because all I remember is being told to make way for Leah. His jaw clenched. "Watch your tone." "Or what?" I met his stare. "You'll cut me off? You already did that years ago." That's when the words slipped out before I could stop them. Words I'd carried alone since my mother's death. "You shouldn't worry so much about your favorite child," I said. "Especially considering she's not even yours." The room went dead silent. My father froze. His face drained of color, then flushed red. "What did you just say?" I hadn't planned to tell him like that. I'd learned the truth by accident 2 years earlier while sorting through old documents with my mother during her final illness. She'd been weak, confused, and mistook me for someone else when she spoke. She cried and begged forgiveness for a secret she'd kept for decades. Leah had been the result of an affair. My father had never known. "I know," I said evenly. "Mom told me. I saw the papers. The blood test she hid." "You're lying," he said, but his voice shook. "I'm not." He sank onto the couch, suddenly looking older than I'd ever seen him. His hands trembled as he rubbed his face. She loved me." "She did," I said. "Just not enough to tell you the truth." Minutes passed. Maybe longer. I didn't interrupt. This wasn't revenge, it was release. Finally, he looked up at me, eyes glassy. "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" "Because it wasn't my secret," I replied. "And because for once, I didn't want to be the one breaking myself to protect everyone else." He stood slowly, avoiding my gaze. "I need time." "I understand." At the door, he paused. "You're still her brother." "I know," I said. "But this house is still mine." He left without another word. Leah called me 3 days later, furious and confused. I didn't confirm or deny anything. That was between her and our parents. I only told her she wouldn't be moving into my home. Weeks passed. My father didn't call. For the first time, the silence didn't feel like punishment. It felt like peace. One evening, as I sat on the back porch watching the sky darken, I realized something important. The house wasn't just a building. It was proof that I could choose myself, even when no one else ever had. And for the first time in my life, that was more than enough.